I might have some available for you right now.
You lying, Mary? Mary! 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 What? Mary J. Blige. Look at this. Ooh, y'all better stop. Okay, now the next question. Can I be one of your backup dancers? I know I don't want to ask for a lot, but if I could be one of your backup dancers.
Yes, Jerry, but we got to rehearse together, though.
Okay, all right.
Because we got...
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of The Take. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on The Take on this Thursday, September 26, 2024. Our Season 8 premiere. Yay! The Take. Welcome to The Take. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a lot of stuff going on during this summer. We had 2 assassination attempts. We had the president was going to run, then he had the disaster of a debate. He decided to step away from Kamala Harris. It's a lot. Celebrities out of nowhere abound. But let's get to this. The big story. The big story this week is, man, everyone's been talking about and speculating about P. Diddy. P. Diddy being indicted on sex trafficking, racketeering, and a host of other charges that many people are just puzzled. Let's take a look at what's going on with Diddy right now.
A few family and friends of Sean Diddy Combs, including his 3 sons, arriving at federal court to show support, not knowing what to expect after a federal indictment charges Combs with a slew of serious charges, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, obstruction of justice. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams.
This office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York.
According to the indictment, between 2008 and this year, Combs allegedly abused and threatened women and others, all to fulfill his own sexual desires. It alleges he protected his reputation using money and influence to control his victims. And that's not all. Prosecutors say Combs flew in victims and male commercial sex workers to attend so-called freak-offs or sex parties.
The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics.
Also allegedly stocking hotel rooms with supplies, including extra linen, lighting, 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and lubricant. Combs moved to the city 2 weeks ago, his attorney says, to fully cooperate and turn himself in.
His spirits are good. He's confident. He is dealing with this head on, the way he's dealt with every challenge in his life. And he's not guilty.
Yes, P. Diddy is going through a lot. I mean, I never imagined P. Diddy going through so much stuff, and so many times I was thinking to myself, like, good God, P. Diddy, what's going on? They saying they're going to expose celebrities, actors, politicians, you name it. They all might get exposed, even well-known preachers. Man, what's going on? For real. Hopefully, we'll get an update what's going on, even to the point that New York Mayor Eric Adams that gave Diddy the key to the city, he's been indicted on some charges. We going to have some more what's going on in New York for real? It's crazy. Crazy indeed. But hopefully, what's going on in the northeast region, man, what's really going on for real? All right. In celebrity news, we talk about this. Janet Jackson, singer Janet Jackson getting swirled controversy. Janet Jackson being caught up about Kamala Harris about her identity. Take a look.
Janet Jackson's escapade, and no, not the song. When the singer was asked about the prospect of America electing a black woman president, she said of Harris, quote, "Well, you know what they supposedly said? She's not black. That's what I heard, that she's Indian. Her father's white. That's what I was told. I was told that they discovered her father was white." Yeah, that's not true. But those words do echo Trump saying that Harris magically turned black. And yet it gets worse. When Jackson was later pressed whether she thinks America is prepared to see Harris in office, she said, "I think either way it goes is going to be mayhem." Either way. Jackson's comments generated outrage online until a credited producer on her upcoming documentary walked it back. Before that person was seemingly fired, leaving it unclear whether Ms. Jackson still believes that Kamala Harris isn't black and really is willing to tell her billions of fans that there's no difference between Harris and Trump. It's a weird sequence of events, but Jackson is not alone. There's a host of celebrities who have made bizarre comments in actual support of Trump, who has long depended on endorsements from celebrities and Manoverse influencers, mostly because reputable experts and political figures have largely abandoned him. Still, the reality is that all campaigns want celebrity endorsements. Analysis from Harvard University's Ash Center shows it works. And it's, quote, incredibly powerful when centered around calls to action like registering voters or poll worker signups. And it is worth noting for those counting, when it comes to celebrities, VP Harris has a massive list. And it's really a list, up to and including Oprah, who might be the biggest endorsement get of all. Trump, on the other hand, has a C list, although he does have the parents of some A-listers to keep Hulk Hogan and Kid Rock company.
Oh, wow. Janet Jackson being caught up in this Kamala Harris situation. Janet just stick to politics, stick to entertainment, let Kamala stick to politics. But then they said it's go deeper than that. Take a look. Wow, Janet Jackson may have a vendetta against Kamala Harris a couple of 20 years ago. Kamala was an expert, and she was brought in as a correspondent about her then brother Michael Jackson's case on sexual stuff with kids. So what's going on for real? For real this time. I don't know what's going on, but maybe Janet Jackson want to be loyal to the soil and stuff. But like I said, it's crazy. Janet Jackson. We'll see. All right. Speaking of that, on talk shows, Sherry Shepherd went back on her talk show. She brought back Sherry for the third season, and she welcomed the biggest guest in her daytime talk show right now. Her third season. Won't believe who it is. Take a look.
For us.
What is my announcement? Which one?
I'll take any announcement you give me, I'm taking.
I'm going on tour in January.
When she's on that stage, you're gonna be rocking your Giuseppe boots. Them Giuseppe boots.
Yes.
I'm coming to that concert because I'm gonna get backstage and steal the boots.
Well, when they're available, I'll get them for you. But wait. I might have some available for you right now.
You lying, Mary? Mary J. Blige. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, y'all better stop. Okay, now the next question, can I be one of your backup dancers? I know I don't want to ask for a lot, but if I could be one of your backup dancers.
Yes, Jerry, but we got to rehearse together, though.
Okay, all right.
Because we got...
The queen of hip-hop soul, Mary J. Blige, made an appearance on the Sherry Shepherd show. Mary J. Blige on Sherry Shepherd. Wow, Mary J. Blige talking about everything. You know they didn't want to bring up those Diddy charges, so they told Sherry and everybody else, don't bring up them charges, or Mary ain't gonna do it. Sherry probably agreed to it. But instead of that, Mary's gonna be doing her album and a tour. So maybe this leg around, Mary comes back to Birmingham, I will go, or Atlanta. We'll see. Mary J. Blige coming back. We got some more breaking news as on talk shows. We're hearing right now on the Today Show, some longtime host is leaving. Take a look.
Some news. So I was doing the math and I realized that I have spent 26 years at NBC. 26 years at NBC, 16 years on the 10 and 7 years with you. And I just turned 60. And it was such a monumental moment for me when I turned 60 years old, because I started thinking about that decade. Like, what does that decade mean? What does it hold? What's it going to have for me? And I realized that it was time for me to turn the page at 60 and to try something new. I have some news. So I was doing.
We just found out that Hoba Kobby is leaving the Today Show. Wow. Hoba Kobby saying that she wants to turn the chapter in life and move forward. And Hoba Kobby saying that she doesn't want to miss out on her kids. And that's the one important thing. Put family first. And Hoba Kobby saying she made all the money she can. Now she wants to spend time with her family. She'll make rare appearances here and now on the Today Show. So Hoba Kobby retiring, as well as Derrick Rose is retiring as well. Longtime NBA basketball great, seeing that he's done and that he's gonna kick the shoe bucket and move on. Interesting to know what Derrick Rose is gonna do. Is he gonna want to become a commentator or become a business person? We really want to see. That's what most NBA players do: either become a business person or do both, like Shaq, be a commentator and a business person. But you want to see what the next chapter is gonna be. All right. We'll be back with more Take. Don't go anywhere. This is the Take here on Connect TV. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Take. I'm your host, as always, Kenny Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Take. Let's get to the political rundown. Political rundown this week. We are merely 6 weeks away to the presidential election. And between Trump and Harris, during that time before the two, we talked about earlier about two assassinations attempts to Trump, two-party conventions that was wild. Hulk Hogan coming around to Kid Rock, Lil Jon to Kamala, and a host of others. And one debate that was really crazy from Trump's point. Let's see how the kind.
So we gather at a moment of great consequence. In this election, I believe we have an extraordinary opportunity to make our middle class the engine of America's prosperity, to build a stronger economy where everyone, everywhere, has a chance to pursue their dreams and aspirations, and to ensure that the United States of America continues to out-innovate and out-compete the world. Over the past 3.5 years, we have taken major steps forward to recover from the public health and economic crisis we inherited. Inflation has dropped faster here than the rest of the developed world. Unemployment is near record low levels. We have created almost 740,000 manufacturing jobs, including 650 at the battery manufacturing plant over in Turtle Creek. And we have supported another 15,000 jobs at Montgomery Locks. So these are local, great examples of the work that we have achieved thus far. And last week, for the first time, of course, in 4.5 years, the Federal Reserve cut interest rates, which will make it just a little easier for families to buy a home or a car or just pay down their credit card bill. But let's be clear, for all these positive steps, the cost of living in America is still just too high. You know it, and I know it. And that was true long before the pandemic hit. Many Americans who aspire to own a home are unable to save enough for a down payment on a house, and starting to think that maybe home ownership is just outside of their reach. Folks who live in factory towns and in rural communities, who have lost jobs, are wondering if those jobs will ever come back. Many Americans are worried about how they'll afford the prescription medication they depend on. All of this is happening at a time when many of the biggest corporations continue to make record profits while wages have not kept up pace. I understand the pressures of making ends meet.
Like no other country would be able to create jobs. By contrast, listen to the deal that Kamala Harris is offering to companies to keep jobs in America. First, the tax queen, they call it the tax queen because she's a big tax raiser, is demanding a 33% tax hike on all domestic production. That means those companies are leaving. That's all it means. You know, these are companies that are smart and they owe it to their shareholders or their families or whoever owns the company. They'll leave. They have to leave. So she wants to increase their taxes. They're already leaving and she wants to increase. That means they're gone. Do we agree, North Carolina? The ladies of North Carolina agree. That's not a tough one, though. You've had tougher questions than that. No, she wants to raise.
Are going so far right now. Like I said, the candidates are doing their best. So hopefully we'll see what's going to be up for them. We're going to continue to watch this election closely, as we always do here on the Take on the Political Rundown for this presidential election. So we're your election coverage here on the Take. Well, we move on to this before we end the Political Rundown. We move on to North Carolina's governor's race, where its Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson, is trying to vie to become the state's first black governor. He is really wild and crazy. Let's take a look on what we think about this.
The political firestorm around North Carolina's Republican candidate for governor is intensifying, and Democrats are making sure the GOP feels the heat.
Donald Trump and North Carolina Republican leaders have known about his character and the kind of statements that he's made, his disrespect for women, his incitement to violence.
The scandal has mushroomed since CNN's explosive report linking Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson to sexual and racist comments on a porn site between 2008 and 2012. The posts were often under the username Minisolder, which CBS News has verified uses Robinson's photos and biographical information. Robinson denied the report.
We are in it to win.
And has vowed to stay in the race. The scandal in this critical swing state could create a potential political problem for former President Trump, who has supported Robinson in the past.
I think you're better than Martin Luther King.
Because you aren't responsible.
The Harris campaign released a new ad highlighting former President Trump's links to Robinson.
Donald Trump and Mark Robinson, they're both wrong for North Carolina.
Polls show the Republican trailing Democratic rival Josh Stein, who called details of the CNN report beyond the pale.
Do you think he should drop out of this race?
I don't think he ever should have run. He is unfit, unsuitable, unqualified to be governor.
Republican strategist Doug High says Trump should distance himself.
Cut this guy loose. You have your own priorities.
Robinson was spotted for the first time outside of his home Friday since the controversy. He is not expected to attend Trump's North Carolina rally this weekend. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Republicans have to win on this ballot.
Mark Robinson is that a wild man, sociopath. Hopefully he gets the help that he needs, because he's going to need it, because the Republicans are trying to disown him. They don't want nothing to do with him, and he still wouldn't budge. So Mark Robinson trying to be that person that's going to keep on keeping on until the wheels fall off. All right, on the viral video of the week, look at this adorable baby hippo. Let's take a look on what's going on with Baby Hippo.
ครับในวันนี้นะครับตั้งแต่เช้ามาเนี่ยมีนักท่องเที่ยวเนี่ยเข้ามารอนะครับรอการซื้อบัตรจากทางสวนสัตว์เปิดตั้งแต่ 7 โมงเช้านะครับแล้วก็เราเปิดจำหน่ายบัตรตั้งแต่ 7 โมง 45นักท่องเที่ยวเข้ามาชมนะครับจากการที่มีนักท่องเที่ยวให้ความสนใจนะครับถือว่าเป็นน้องเด้งฟีเวอร์เนี่ยช่วงต่อไปเนี่ยเราอาจจะต้องมีการจัดระเบียบนะครับเพื่อให้ นักท่องเที่ยวทุกท่านเนี่ยสามารถเข้าถึงน้องหมูเด้งได้ทุกคนนะครับ
Yes, Baby Hippo is popular. He is popular indeed, and he's been causing a ruckus, and the internet loves him. He's the new internet sensation, and that's what Baby Hippo do. Baby Hippo is that, and he's a cutie patootie. A lot of people like to say that, but he's cute. He is the viral video of the week. So that does it for the take this week. We're back on season 8. We'll tell you this. It's going to be a wild season 8. We're going to continue on watching. For me being Kendrick Dick saying so long, thank you for watching the take here for our season 8 premiere. See you later.